Imagine a motorcycle so iconic that just hearing its name sends a chill down your spine. A machine that once ruled highways, shattered speed records, and rewrote what sport touring meant for an entire generation. Now imagine that legend stepping back into the spotlight, sharper, faster, and more intimidating than ever. The whispers were everywhere, the rumors wouldn't die, and today it finally feels real. The Honda Super Blackbird is back, and not as a memory, not as a tribute, but as a bold statement aimed straight at the future. The moment your eyes lock onto the 2026 Honda Super Blackbird, you instantly understand that this is not a bike trying to relive the past. It respects its legacy, but it doesn't live in it. The silhouette is unmistakable, long, low, and brutally aerodynamic, yet every line feels modern, intentional, and refined. The fairings flow like liquid metal, sculpted by wind itself, hugging the frame tightly as if speed shaped every curve. Even standing still on that pristine platform, the bike looks like it's already moving, already hunting the horizon. Step closer, and the details start speaking. The finish feels premium, almost jewel-like under the showroom lights, with surfaces so clean they reflect the future back at you. The front end looks purposeful and aggressive, the LED headlamps sharp and focused, like the stare of a predator that knows exactly how fast it can go. The bodywork is muscular without being bulky, a perfect balance between brute force and elegance. This is not a loud design, but it's a confident one, the kind that doesn't need to shout because it knows what it's capable of. And then there's the name glowing behind it, Honda Super Blackbird 2026, standing proud like a badge of honor, because this isn't just another motorcycle launch. This is Honda reminding the world that they remember how to build machines that dominate not only spec sheets, but hearts. Back in the day, the Blackbird wasn't just fast, it was unstoppable, a bike that blended insane top-end performance with comfort you could actually live with. That spirit feels alive here, stronger than ever, fired up in your imagination, and you can almost hear that smooth, deep growl, refined yet menacing. Honda has always mastered the art of controlled power, and the 2026 Super Blackbird feels like the ultimate expression of that philosophy. This isn't about wild, unmanageable aggression. It's about speed that feels endless, power that builds relentlessly, and stability that keeps everything calm even when the numbers climb into territory most bikes fear. Picture yourself on an open highway, the kind that stretches endlessly into the distance. You roll on the throttle, and the Blackbird responds instantly, not with chaos, but with precision. The acceleration feels effortless, like the bike is barely trying, yet the scenery starts blurring faster than your brain can process. Wind flows cleanly over the fairing, the riding position keeps you planted and comfortable, and suddenly you realize this is what makes the Super Blackbird special. It doesn't just go fast. It makes going fast feel natural. The 2026 version feels designed for riders who want everything: performance without compromise, comfort without boredom, technology without complexity. You can sense advanced electronics working quietly in the background, traction keeping things in check, stability systems ensuring confidence, ride modes adapting to your mood and the road ahead. But none of it feels intrusive. The bike still feels mechanical, connected, alive. Honda understands that riders want assistance, not interference. Even at lower speeds, the Blackbird carries itself with authority. It doesn't feel heavy or awkward. The balance is dialed in so well that tight corners feel predictable and controlled, while long sweepers feel like they were made for this machine. It's the kind of bike that invites long rides, midnight highway runs, early morning escapes before the city wakes up. The kind of bike that turns every journey into an event. And let's talk about presence, because the Super Blackbird has always had it. Parked on that single platform, under bright white futuristic lighting, it commands attention without trying. People don't just glance at it, they stop, they look again, they lean in, because deep down they recognize what this bike represents, a time when motorcycles weren't chasing trends, but setting them. A time when speed, reliability, and elegance lived in one perfect package. The 2026 Honda Super Blackbird feels like a message to the industry, a reminder that legends don't fade, they evolve. Honda didn't bring this bike back to compete with numbers alone. They brought it back to reclaim an identity, to remind riders what it feels like to trust a machine completely, to ride for hours without fatigue, to push hard without fear, and to arrive with a smile instead of sore wrists. For riders who grew up idolizing the Blackbird, this is nostalgia done right. For younger riders, it's an introduction to a name that earned its reputation the hard way, on real roads, at real speeds, with real riders. This bike bridges generations, blending heritage with modern engineering in a way that feels honest and exciting. As you stand there, imagining the first ride, the first twist of the throttle, the first long stretch of empty road, one thing becomes clear. The Super Blackbird was never just a motorcycle. It was an idea, the idea that speed could be smooth, that power could be refined, that comfort didn't mean compromise. And now, in 2026, that idea is alive again, sharper than ever, ready to dominate a world that has been waiting for its return. Because some legends are too powerful to stay in the past. And the Honda Super Blackbird was always meant to fly again.